Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to this episode of the Note Closer Show. As always, Scott Carson. Excited to be here today with you guys and gals and everybody in Note Nation across the coast, from East Coast to West Coast and all 80 countries and counting across the world listening in to this episode. We are, as always, excited to have our good friend, the man, the myth, the legend in his own mind, our buddy Mark Yuzuik joining us today. What's going on, Mark?
Oh, just hanging out here, Scott. Just coming up with some different theme songs I've been thinking about going over my head, did you ever hear a song that you can't get out of your head? It's like you play it over and over again. It's just like, oh my gosh. Well, first of all, big day today. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. I forgot your birthday.
Hey, don't worry. I remind you every year.
Every time we talk, it's happy birthday. So how you doing? Happy birthday. So I'm really sad though, because I'm not getting any cards. You're kind of a cheap birthday friend. You know what I mean?
I sent it. I did send it. I did send a birthday card. But it just doesn't seem to get out. But how many people call you on a regular basis to wish you happy birthday?
You're the only one, my friend. You're the only one. You beat LinkedIn. You beat Facebook invites every day. It's Mark with stuff like that. Good stuff. So for those that don't know, my laughing friend over here, he's out of Las Vegas, or is it Henderson, or you're Las Vegas?
It's Vegas, yeah. Yeah. We're in Las Vegas, not far from the airport.
Yeah, exactly. Not very far at all. Been out there for a while, but he travels a ton. Mark is I guess you would call him, I call him a productivity expert because he's got a big passion for mindset and working with people. But, for the last, 75 years?
That's 67 years it's been that I've been working on it. The first 25 years of my life, I didn't do much. So,
but he is Mark has a boot camp we've been to called Total Transformation. He's also been a regular speaker on Note Camp as one of our keynotes at the end of the event. Got such a great thing. Actually, Steph and I attended his event back in January out in Las Vegas. We had a great time. But Mark and I have known each other for about 6 years. 7 years now, Mark?
Yeah, it's been at least that long.
Awesome.
And I think we met in California, and I don't know, we just clicked. It's like my little brother.
Yeah. Your little brother is right there for you there. No, I think we actually met at Secret Knock through Greg Reed.
Yes.
Like we met with Aaron Young and a few others out that neck of the woods.
Aaron Young.
Travis Houston told me to tell you hello, actually, by the way, too. From out that neck of the woods. So,
really?
Yes. He is back from Thailand, but I saw him when I was out there for PodFest recently, or the traffic conversion summit. We had a good time, spent the hour kind of visiting. But for those that don't know who you are, Mark, why don't we get to the point? Because if we don't get to the direct to the point, people get a little upset hearing us just bullshit back and forth.
I've been waiting on you. All
right. My apology there.
No problem.
Beyond the birthday wishes. Tell everybody who you are, Mark, if they don't know who you are. They're watching this live or listening to this.
Well, since the late 80s, early 90s, I've been doing stage hypnosis entertainment shows all over the world. Probably done over 10,000 shows, probably 5 million people. I still do shows, not as many anymore, because we do more events where if I can help people, instead of having fun, we still have fun, make them do crazy, nutty things on stage. That's just kind of like a preview of how can we change the mindset to help somebody grow and get to the next level? Why do people procrastinate and have fear? Get rid of all that garbage and get to what you want. Live the life that you want instead of struggle on things you don't want. So yeah, we do a lot of that. I don't, like you say, I don't motivate anybody. I just get them to take action automatically. And people go, I can't be hypnotized. Oh my God, I can't be hypnotized. Hey, I'm not there to prove hypnosis works or doesn't work. That's not my intention. But there are people out there that they got some programs they're running that, on their mind that they don't like. Why are they doing things they don't want to do, getting the results they don't want, So I tell people that we don't hypnotize anybody. We try to wake them up from all the stuff that they don't want to do in life. So yeah, but we travel all over. Getting ready to go to Europe with Robert Kiyosaki and do his tour. So that's going to be fun.
That will be fun, definitely there with the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad out there. And some people ask, well, why would you have Mark on your note, your Note podcast, or why have you had him on, things like that? Because two things. One, Mark is also a very active real estate and note investor out there. He's done stuff. We've worked on some things together and vice versa. But also, I mean, you've done a great job of what you just said. Some people, actually not some people, I'll say a lot of people have pre-programmed training in their brain that stops them, or it keeps them from having the amount of success that they're wanting, whether it's in their personal lives, their spiritual, or their business lives. Yeah. And you do such a great job. And I've seen this in person, big raving fan, besides just a enjoyable, happy birthday, brother. But you do a great job of really helping people break down those walls, those limiting beliefs. And I won't say reprogramming, because that's really wrong, but literally helping them rethink where they're at and help them get to where they want to go, right?
Once you understand the patterns that you run every day, because if you don't know what you're running, how are you going to fix it? If you don't know what's wrong with the car and you never look under the engine, you keep driving the car, you're going to get a bad result, But yeah, we help people really discover their own patterns, their own behaviors, how many times have we been to events, Scott, where people, they're excited to be there. They have the knowledge, the information. They have the desired goals. They get it. And what do? They lose that motivation after a few weeks, and they have a belief that they can't do it. Like, why is that, Is it they don't want to succeed? They spent their time, their money, and their energy to learn it, and they don't want to succeed? No, it's just a subconscious program that they're running. It's like, and they question it, It's like, man, you want to be successful? It's so easy. Just be around successful people and do what they do and get the same result. Well, if it's that easy, why don't they do it? Because they are around you and they don't do it, right? And it's a program. People feel they don't deserve it or whatever that is. But everybody's got different programs in their mind. But you got to understand how and why we're doing these crazy things. And once you understand, it's pretty simple. I mean, my event is, what would you say? Pretty basic, but yet it's eye-opening to realize, oh my gosh, we're running these same patterns all the time. And how do you break through these things,
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you. I don't think it's just basic. I mean, yes, it's a great place to go, but I don't. If it was just a basic thing, I've been to basic before. Yours is not basic. The energy there, your staff, things that you're doing. I mean, if it was basic, I wouldn't be there.
I had to step it up because you were there.
I thought, bring out the red carpet. But what I'm trying to get at is the thing. I'll give you an example. Steph, for us, Steph got a lot out of it. Steph, awesome. And I'm speaking right now kind of to the spouses out there, the people that are support Steph. Steph is an amazing individual, amazing woman, great big heart, great at helping, but she handles a lot of the crap that we have to deal with, the bill paying, the wires, dealing with a lot of stuff. And sometimes it's just not a pleasant time for things, for anybody dealing with that stuff.
Yeah.
She gets her energy from helping some things. She really got a lot out of it coming out there. And some of the things that you're teaching people to overcome things, the limiting beliefs. Not that Steph has any of that. That's not what I'm trying to get at. But what I'm saying is the fact it really helps those that are maybe not the always constantly up, like I am aspect of it. My energy is always at 110%. Not everybody's like that.
No. And they don't know why they're not like that. It's like, so how do you create that? And that's some of the things we teach, we help them through. And when they come out of that event, they've got a new lease on life. They know they've got some real tools, not just motivation. People are motivated all the time, Scott, but real tools they can take and go, this is it, man. I can apply these tools and I can have a life that I really always wanted, And even my book's Creating the Life You Want. Why is it titled that? Because it's create the life, but live the life that you want. Be able to live that. Because you know what? How long we got here?
We got a good another 45 minutes. We're still got some good stuff to do. So not all afternoon, because Mark and I can sit here and rant back and forth on this stuff in a good way. But what I wanted to kind of dive into a little bit here is you said tools and stuff like that.
Right.
We see people ups and downs and things like that. We talked about what was it? Cinnamon we'll just use her code name Cinnamon from the event. I forgot
about her. Wow, I totally forgot about her.
You're not a very good guest, man. Not a very good host for you.
I remember now that you mentioned cinnamon. See, it triggers. There are trigger points. It's like that song, Baby Shark, do, 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 right? If you have kids, you'll never get that out of your head. Ask any parent as a child, from 3 to 7 years old, they probably hear that song 10 times a day.
Yeah.
You know, you trigger one thing, cinnamon with me, I get it. I get it. And yeah, somebody like her. You know what's kind of cool, Scott, is her husband wasn't sure if he was going to make it or not. When he left there, he's like, thank you for giving me my wife back in ways that, you know, when you first meet, it's like, it's just like, you're just in bliss. You're in this euphoric, loving relationship. But as time goes on, we get caught up. We forget to do the things that attracted us to each other. And we take things for granted, like, well, they know I love each other. You can't just take it for granted. You always have to reassure, like it's a brand new. What was that, 50 First Dates? Remember that movie, 50 First Dates with Drew Barrymore? And
Adam Sandler was on just the other night, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that a great movie? You wake up to a brand new, it's a blissful day. And if it's your first date, you always act like that. You're always excited. You're grateful for everything you have. And that's like your relationship, you know, with you and Steph. You know, it's just to see you two together. It's like, you know, me and my wife, you know, same thing. You know, we're lucky men, Scott. It must be the hypnosis. It's got to be.
Exactly. We had to really pull the wool off of their eyes to help out. But you said something really critical, and I want people that are listening to this to think about this, because everybody's going through different things. We've all got crap that gets piled on us every day. We've all got the day in, day out drudgery, things you've got to do. And you said something really important. I think I really want to highlight about people designing their life of what their dream life would be like and how to go out and accomplish that, right? And what are some of the biggest keys that you've seen or tools that you recommend to those that are struggling? They're in that day out, kind of that job they hate. They're trying to get out of the rat race. We're helping them with their note business, stuff like that. But it's still one of the things. I mean, what's one of the biggest tools that they can do maybe to help them get overcome those humps or overcome those low days? What are some of the things that you would recommend?
Stop living in your past. Mm-hmm. Stop letting the past affect your future. If you're going to let it affect your future, do it in a positive way. You know, we allow our past events to create our limitations, and it stops us from moving forward. You know, here we've got these past events, like, okay, I'm 45 years old and something happened when I was 13. So therefore I have an excuse why I'm not going to be happy or excited. Really? So you're still giving your past the energy instead of appreciating the present. Now you're going to get people going to get pissed off. Like, hypnotists don't know what I've been through. Yes, I understand people go through challenges in life. And you know what? Lessons are there. And the reason that people are in pain, Scott, is they haven't got the lesson. That's the reason why. And you know what? Everything we do, I mean, you think about it. I was just on a podcast with Sam Crowley, and Sam said, you know, what gets people moving forward? I said, stop being comfortable. Complacency is the death of growth. If you're comfortable, you ain't growing. If you're desperate, you're creative, you're figuring out. And he goes, all right, here's the deal. Somebody's got $100 in their bank account and they got to make $10,000 a month. How do they do it? They've never done it before. So stop focusing on yourself and what you're not getting. Imagine if your family, if you had children and you would never in your life see them again, ever, if you didn't create $10,000 legitimately with honor and not stealing it the right way. And you got 1 month to do it. You'd never see your loved ones again. Would you figure it out? And the answer is yes, because your subconscious mind goes, wait a second, survival. I'm getting out of my excuses about fear and I can't do this. And I'm done with me. I've got to focus on something more valuable, more important. And that's the love of my family. And your subconscious will take over and you'll figure that out, you know. Now, here's the other thing of that too, Scott. Everyone's like, well, how come after I have a really good month, I get complacent? Because your values are you want to spend your time with your family. And there's nothing wrong with having a balance. If all you want to do is make money, you know what you're going to be? You're going to be the next guy that created Apple and sitting on your deathbed and go, oh, man, I sure made a lot of money in this world, but I missed out on my family. What's more important to you? And that's what you got to ask yourself. So, you know what? I tell people don't get complacent, but at the same time, it's not that you're complacent. It's that part of your life for those moments, for that 6 months or a year, you've deserved the right to take your family and go do stuff with them. It's okay if you don't make as much every month and all that. There's nothing wrong with that. Because to me, the most valuable thing we have, and I know you're the same way, is our relationships, is our loved ones, is our growth. And so what? Once in a while, enjoy it. Don't feel guilty. welcome that gift that you were able to prosper that the month or 2 months and take some time off now. Because you know what? I live every day like it's your last, and one day you'll be right.
That's the truth. That's so the truth. You got to have that balance. You got to have something you work for. If you're just constantly driven to close more deals, make more money, great. Doesn't mean you won't have anybody to share it with. The people that you're working with to support the why aren't going to be there at the end of whether it's your family, your kids, loved ones, whatever. They're just not going to be there. You know, and that's important. You got to have some balance, you got to have some goals, but I like the fact that you have to get out of your comfort zone to accomplish things. I think is the biggest thing I want to come back to, because you talked about, hey, if you need to make 10 grand this month to pay your bills, if you need to make 20 grand or 50 grand, whatever it is, what would you be doing to have those things happen? Yeah. And then the thing is once you've done it, it becomes easier to do. You can systemize those things. You'll have those limiting beliefs get pulled out because you can't have them if you really want to accomplish something, right?
Once you do it once, then you destroy the limiting belief that you can't do it again. And you can do it again. So therefore, boom, you've grown right there. So welcome the desperate situation as well, you know, because when you're desperate, you put your conscious mind aside. He goes, hang on a second. I ain't got time for this right now. We got an emergency situation. What was that cartoon that, you know, they have all these emotions coming up, you know?
Oh. Yeah, I know exactly, with the 5 emotions and a couple of them there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the guy with the fire? The wife is talking to him, and the guy's dreaming about something else. And he goes, we got a problem. DEFCON 5. The woman's talking. We don't hear what she said, you know? And it's like that part of our brain, you know? It's true. We live all these, we run all these different patterns and emotions in our life, you know? And it's a balance that we got to have. If we don't have a balance, we're never gonna be satisfied. We'll be successful in one area, but never fulfilled. And that's a balance in your relationship too. If you put more into your business than your relationship, now there'll be times where you have to focus on your business, but you don't put more on your business than your relationship. Because you know what? Your business, who cares about that? Now it's easy to say that if you're comfortable. If you got bills that are stacking up, it's hard to hear that message, you know, it really is. And I understand that. So you got to get yourself where it's a balance and understand that, you know what, you want to be more successful financially. Number one is do what you guys are doing out there, like you, Scott. Mirror match it. Try to build up a little tiny bit every month. Don't try to hit the lottery deal, you know. Scott, I was talking to Sam this morning, and he said, you know, the 10% rule, where what if you just increase your income by 10% every 6 months? Where do you think you're going to be in a couple of years? You know, you're going to be so far ahead of the game with the compounding. It's going to be, you know, you're going to be comfortable.
That's the same thing with what we talk about people doing when they're starting. They're still working a full-time job or starting note investing or real estate on the side. Look, you're not going to quit your day job to go do this, especially if you don't have any reserves saved. You know, it's the same thing about starting something new. If you're transitioning, spend a little bit of your time, at least spend a few hours a week, 10% of your week schedule. That's not saying, you know, 100 hours. That's saying 4 to 5 hours a week. Start putting some marketing in place. Start doing a little bit of things to building that momentum so that when you do leave, that momentum is built up and it skyrockets past where you were, so that you're sitting there doing something you enjoy and you've got the momentum working in your favor, which is always easier when you enjoy it versus you're dreading it. When you dread it, look, I get it. You understand you don't want to do that stuff. Yes, it's hard to do, but I think a lot of times when you start a side thing or start working on other things, whether it's relationships or weight loss or going, whatever it might be, I think you have to focus on where you're going to be, not where you're at right now. Right?
That's right. See it for better than it is. And don't try to hit home runs all the time, you know. Just get on base. Do one deal. Just one. Can you do one deal a year? You know, if you do one in 6 months, then do a second one and build it up, you know. And if they quit I hear people all the time, you know, well, you can't quit. You can't make $100,000 a year if you're, you know. I was like, wait a second. Don't quit your day job till your night job pays more than your day job. You know, you got to balance it out. And it's like, well, how can I make $1 million from, you know, if I work for $100,000 a year and I want to make $1 million, then I got to quit working for 100. I got to make $1 million. Well, then you're going to go broke because you don't have that base covered, you know? So, you know, balance it out a little bit, you know? That's the way it should be. I got my Aspen shirt on. Did you see that?
There we go. Thank you.
You ever been to Aspen?
I have been to Aspen. Yes, it's
Are
gorgeous.
you a skier?
No, I'm not. I'm not a skier.
Snowboarder?
No.
Did you ever go tubing?
I've been tubing, yes. I'm a tuber and snowmobiler guy. Yeah.
So you've been on the snow, you've been down the mountains. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the difference is with tubing, there's no control. Snowmobile, you can go down as fast as you want and still control, right? Or you can go uphill too.
That's true.
With a snowmobile, you can go uphill, but you don't want to ski uphill. That's called a cross-country skiing. Those guys are crazy. Why would you want to do that? Why would anybody want to join a gym? I got to tell you, my wife's been working out. She's looking good, but I'm telling you, it's not worth the effort.
Yolanda is beautiful and intelligent, and if she works out, that's great. She doesn't look like she needs to, but anyway.
No, I am so lucky. You know, our anniversary is coming up May 29th, 11 years.
Awesome. Congratulations. What's big plans for that?
I want to take her to the fair, I think, and work at the Del Mar Fair that day. Take her to some hypnosis shows. Might do a couple for her. How many people can take, huh? Hey, you know I got her a Bentley about 5 years ago?
No, I did not know that.
Yep. He's the cutest little dog you ever seen, too. I just love that little guy.
It's all in the mind. It's all in the delivery there.
Well, you know what? If somebody asks if I ever got my wife something nice, I said, yeah, I got her a Bentley. I'm not lying. It's just a little fluffy dog.
Not a $500,000 automobile. There you go.
I didn't know that's what you're talking about.
I didn't say Bentley. You're the one that brought it up. So, but let's bring it back here a little bit for everybody out there.
Reel it in.
Bring the train back on the track so we can get it there.
Woo!
So,
go, baby shark.
Exactly, shark, exactly, whatever. The thing I want people to realize out here, everybody, is you're doing a ton of stuff, and of course, probably people have seen the hypnosis, the David Copperfields, or some of those people out there. I'm sorry, he's a magician, exactly. Trying to do the hypnosis stuff and some different things. But what I'm getting at is everybody can use the tools of hypnosis to help in a variety of reasons. One of the great things I liked about what you did at your total transformation was the fact that you gave everybody the scripts to hypnotize each other.
Do you know why I do that, Scott? Here's the reason why. I want everybody to learn as much as possible. And I want them to realize it's not about me. Oh, if you can hypnotize me, you can cure me. No. This is about you. Everybody can do this. I want to take the mystery away from it. It ain't I'm born with it. You know what? Anybody can learn how to do it. It's a simple script. Play some music. You know who hypnotized people? We didn't even know you hypnotist. Moms that sing their babies to sleep. What is that? They're putting them in a great, comfortable position to relax them and go to sleep. That's a form of hypnosis. The difference is we're not giving suggestion to the subconscious mind, but we're relaxing them. That's the same thing. So if I take it away from me and I show you how to do it, now you can go out there and help. Like if Steph needs help, you can help her. She can help you because there's no mystery behind it. I want to debunk the mystery. This is a sign. When we want to go to Singapore. You know what they want to bill me as? The Neuro Guru, the neurological guru. Like, why is that? Because it's scientific. You got the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. You got the car and the engine. The car is the conscious mind. The engine is the subconscious. You got to know how to tune that subconscious, that engine up. And that's why they take it from a scientific point of view. It's not a woo-woo thing, Now, back in the 80s and all that, the mysterious. When I see hypnotists have all this watches, and so I'm like, seriously, guys? Oh my gosh, Ron Burgundy back again. It's like, come on, guys. It's not about you. And if they make it about them, then it's because it's ego driven, or they're insecure or something like that. But we get hypnotized every day of our life. It's nothing more than influence and persuasion.
It totally is. It's the whole Pavlov's dogs aspect of things, of seeing a burger on TV and suddenly being hungry for one. It's hearing a specific sound and you have a memory that pops up that was taking place during that song.
Yeah.
One of the biggest things I got out of the event was I didn't get hypnotized, but I was much relaxed. Steph was using the things, you were going through things, giving people, I wasn't up dancing around, scratching my ass or, doing anything like that, spanking myself. But I was at the point where I was probably the most relaxed leaving the event. Steph's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Are you seriously?" We're headed back to the airport because we headed out. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just relaxed. I'm just like."
It's great. It's just relaxing. But you know what? Sometimes we got to slow down in life to get our thoughts so we know the direction we want to go. If all we're doing is full speed ahead, we're going to crash. And then we're not going to get to the destination we want because we're so worried about the objects in the road instead of enjoying the journey. Why not enjoy the journey? And that's what I love about hypnosis is it gets you to take the right actions. And just imagine that someone say, what's the difference between meditation and hypnosis? Meditation is you're kind of just relaxing and focusing on certain things. With hypnosis, you're getting a suggestion given to you. And you can give suggestions to yourself, like meditation, and it's not motivating. It's funny. What people go, you're not a motivational speaker? No, I'm an excited speaker, but I actually have to bore you to go to sleep so I can put suggestions in your mind. So my audio programs are boring. They go, gee, we're selling you boring stuff so it goes to your subconscious mind so you take the action automatically. Instead of thinking about it, think about this. Do you ever get scared and go, oh my gosh? What happens is your body reacts before your mind. Right? And what happens is you're reacting. Your body is going to know the answer before your mind. Do you ever get a gut feeling that you don't like somebody or like somebody? The energy's like, I don't want to do business with this person. Or I want to do business with this person. That's your body telling your mind, pay attention to be aware. And our mind and body are in sync all the time. And if something doesn't feel right, always go with your guts. Mm-hmm. Always, People say, well, what if I don't trust the hypnotist? Then run like hell. Don't you ever put yourself in a situation. Now, you won't do it against your values and morals, but you know what? You don't need to be in that situation. You're being told what to do, what not to do by your body. It gives you direction. It's a pretty good little thing we got here, this built-in body, and it keeps our mind straight if we figure it out.
Well, but that's the whole point, though. It's all about what you're putting into and trusting your gut on things. I mean, eating right, eating healthy, putting the right fuel in, the right oil stuff in there, and then seeing what's going on with your body, because our body tells us answers all the time to the issues on things, all the time. And then being able to take the suggestions of what's going on from interior and then being able to express them interior to work through those things. This is the whole being the mechanic on your own body, right?
That's right. And when you work your body right and your mind right, and they go hand in hand. It's like an athlete. Do you ever see an athlete get in shape? When they're getting ready to get on and hit the field, they're putting their body in that physical state of being unstoppable. Well, it's not just for their body. They're not doing anything different to their body. I want you to understand that. Their body in that 30 seconds or 2 minutes or 5 minutes when they're going and pumping up, they're not getting physically more stronger or toning up at all. That has nothing to do with the physical thing, just so you know. What it does, it sets your mind up. It sets your mind up to send signals to your body. It goes, now you know how powerful you are, how unstoppable you are. Get out there and let's do what we got to do. But you're not any different physically, but yet you're moving your body, and that creates the mindset. You're getting your mindset. Get your mindset. That's the name of my podcast too, Get Your Mindset. Getting your mindset to conquer, to win, to be unstoppable, to have the confidence, to make sure that nothing's going to be a distraction to you. And remember the movie Rudy, you think about Rudy, he was in that peak state all the time. He wasn't physically there. Physically, he was a little dwarf, I think. But what he did,
you're confusing Rudy with Lord of the Rings, okay?
Lord of the Rudy.
Lord of the Rudy. Lord of the Hobbit. There you go.
But do you remember and some of it's Hollywood, but the bottom line is, he had one purpose. I'm going to get through these guys. He didn't see how big they were. Now, there was no way physically possible he could have or should have done what he did. But yet he didn't think about it. He reacted because that's how strong our minds are, And he put himself in that state. Remember, and here's what gets me. Remember the parking lot scene? They come out there and they go, you got to quit trying so hard during practice. It's making us look bad. You got to practice so hard that when you get on that stage, we just went to the Secret Knock, and one of the guys there was, Greg had him, he was a Navy SEAL trainer. And they asked him, they go, what do you do to get ready for a mission? He goes, you don't get ready. You're always ready. You be ready at all the time. You are always ready. You're ready at a moment's notice. You don't get ready for this. And that's the same approach we should have in our life, Scott. We should be ready to have a healthy relationship, a passionate relationship. We should be ready to be healthy. We should be ready to make financial decisions. We should be ready all the time, because it's not a life of getting ready. Getting ready is the excuse, the procrastination. That's what creates the fear and the procrastination. When you're ready, when you get up in the morning, you're grateful for everything and you're thankful for everything. If all you did was wake up and say, thank you, and I'm grateful, and went to bed with the same attitude, first of all, you wouldn't have stress in your life, and you'd have a direction. You'd surround yourself with people that you want to be surrounded with, so you're financially successful, emotionally, spiritually, and in a relationship. You're successful because you've surrounded yourself with that team. And you're conditioning your mind and also your body, but mainly your mind to say, this is what I want, this is what I deserve. Nothing in the past is going to tell me what I can't have. No one in the past, nothing's going to stop me from getting what I know I want and deserve in life, And that's where you got to be. That's when you stop focusing on yourself and you focus on how you can contribute to other people. That's when you're on mission and on purpose. You live for your purpose. When you're goal-oriented, when you're thinking about what you want for you, then you're only focused on yourself. When you're purpose-oriented, you're focused on helping other people. And that's when you have real growth.
That's such the truth. It's everything you just said there, especially with people like, hey, I'm trying to learn notes. I'm trying to learn. Like, go out and instead of saying, I'm going to learn something, I'm going to go close on a deal today. Or I'm going to go sell something. I'm going to go buy something. I'm going to knock it out of the park. It's a whole different mindset. Like, I don't come in the office like, oh, I think I might teach somebody today. I'm like, no, I'm going to teach something today. Right? I know I'm going to bid on something today. I know I'm going to take action today. It's a different mindset of completion. And like you just said, when you have a purpose and a goal, it doesn't become about you. You don't let your interior demons, your interior, beliefs stop you, because you're like, hey, I'm working for something bigger. I'm something better, right?
Create more empowering beliefs, because that's our purpose, And what I love about your podcasting and even your Facebook Lives is there's a purpose behind it, Scott, and it's not money driven. It's to help somebody else get out of whatever level they need to get to the next level, and whatever that means for them. Whatever that is for you, I just had a meeting with somebody, and I said, she goes, what's the purpose of your podcast? I said, I don't want anybody using it for a sales pitch. It has nothing to do with selling. It's all about content. And whether I have a celebrity on there, because once a month we might do a mystery guest. And because of the business I've been around a lot of celebrities and stuff, and they'd come on. But I don't want to tell people who they are. Hey, we're having so-and-so on. Oh, I want to go listen to them. No, they only come on with a purpose. And that could be a military mom that lost her husband, and her purpose is, how did I raise my children to say, you know what, let's not be angry, but let's be grateful for the time we had with dad and for me, and how can we move forward. That's a they're wealthy. They're wealthy in their mindset, and they all have to have a reason of, how can you help somebody out there that's listening to get to the next level? Whatever that is, whatever that tiny bit, that little one step is, that 10%, help them get there. Because once you get that momentum going, at that point, you're over the hill. You've broken every kind of limiting belief you ever had. Imagine if somebody that's been wanting to buy notes, Scott, for 3 years, they're studying. What if they just went out and freaking bought a note? You know what happened in the next 6 months? They'd go buy another note and another note. Before you know it, it becomes habit.
Exactly. That's the light bulb going off, because that's the biggest thing we get excited about here at WCN and the podcast, is hearing those stories. Hey, I went out and closed on my first deal. I got a text message from a guy last night at 10 o'clock at night. He's on the West Coast, so 8 o'clock. He's like, hey, Scott, I'm listening to your podcast. I'm getting ready to close on my first deal this Friday, and I got another 3 lined up, and I'm learning so much, and I'm moving forward. And he's changing his programming. He's changing the audio that's in his ears, that self-talk that he knows that he can overcome. Yeah.
He's breaking that pattern of restriction.
I'm sorry, what, Mark?
He breaks that pattern of restriction, The pattern of restriction is a belief that what you have isn't possible. What you can do isn't possible for you. I can't do this, You have a belief that what you want to accomplish is not possible for you. But once you do one deal, Scott, then that belief is broken, and it can never be closed again because you already did it. Yep. You know, once you swim, you know, you can swim again, you know, so it's perfect. You know, I love that.
Well, that's the big thing too. It's all about changing that pattern on little things. Maybe you need to get outside of your office. Maybe you need to get outside of your house. Maybe you need to get around some different people that are giving off that different vibe, but different rhythm. I think a lot of times, because I think so many people surround themselves with the Debbie Downer aspect of things. You know what I mean?
Baby shark.
Yeah, they just feed that negativity. They feed that bad vibes, and so that's like, oh, you know, want the Debbie Downers. They're like, look, you got to get around different people. You got to change that pattern. You know, go work at Starbucks for the day versus the house, or go leave the office and go somewhere and just take a deep breath and
different
relax.
Environment,
right?
Yeah. Get a different environment. Here's the other thing, Scott. I have helped people that say they are hard. It is hard to do your first deal, okay, for some people. But could you partner with an expert that has done a deal? That also breaks it. You know what you're doing? When you have a first day of kindergarten, you're not going to tell your kid, go out there to the bus stop and grab that bus and they'll take it. You're going to walk that child down there. Well, sometimes people need that too. And if you're the person listening to this podcast that needs that, then reach out to someone like Scott and go, hey, how do I get a partner to get over this, to help me through this, to break, at least crack the limiting belief, crack it, and then it won't have any strength because it'll fall apart. At least you got that going. I've done that with several of my customers, you know. So from our people and to get involved, I've partnered with them because we need it, you know. They need that extra helping hand. There's nothing wrong with that. Ask for help if you don't need it. Don't think that you got to know everything, you know. Experience, learn experience, you know.
Yeah, and that's the big thing that we love about what we're doing here is because we see deals all the time. I'm in the process of moving a chunk of deals right now, and if people are looking for stuff, yeah, reach out to us. We've got some stuff available. You know, we don't mind holding your hand once you buy it. It's not, you're not walking away and on your own. I think that's what's my fear is the unknown. It's like the Indiana Jones scene at the end of The Last Crusade, where he's standing on the cliff and he's got a leap of faith. He's got to take a step out of leap of faith, and it looks like he's going to fall in this crevice there. But below, he's got his plan, stepping out, and there's actually a plan of action there. You've got to take that and realize that there's support and people around you that want to help you. There's that way to get across that bridge, across that crevice. And a lot of people, if you never take that first step, you're going to sit there in the doorway looking down and believing you can't do it. But you got to reach out to people. You've got to help people that have been there before, that will give you the roadmap. And all the successful people I know are always very usually giving of their time or giving of the potholes they experience so others don't make the same mistake. Right, Mark?
Well, and you said it directly too, is don't partner with somebody that doesn't have experience. Don't let your enthusiasm overrule good judgment and experience. You know, when you partner with somebody, partner with an expert has done it before, because the exit strategies, they know the plans. You know, if A doesn't work out, which it does most of the time, but for whatever reason, at 30% of the time, it doesn't work out. What's plan B, C, and D? What are the exit strategies, you know? And only an expert will know that. Don't team up with somebody out of enthusiasm because you both went to a 2-day work and weekend, and now you know everything about real estate, how to fly a plane in 2 days, you know? You think I want to be with that pilot? No way, man. I mean, I'm in the hypnosis business, and they have 3-day events. Scott, if you want me to train you to be a stage hypnotist, you got to spend at least a month with me, and then you got to spend a year practicing on your own before you're good. And I see people do these 2-day seminars. Hey, now you're a hypnotist, go out there and do it. That is the most dangerous person out there. You don't know safety. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to read people. You don't know when, you know, I mean, all these plays come into action where they can't teach you, and they can only teach you through experience, you know?
That's such a truth. That's part of the reason I think you've got to have a community of people around you that they can help support you and help you out there. That's one of the things we've got our upcoming here in 3 weeks roughly, or the end of the month of April. We've got our Mastermind event. And it's the 21st, 22nd time we've done our Mastermind event of bringing our students in. It's not a sales thing. It's not a workshop. It's a really bringing everybody back together who's got great message.
Got to be in a mastermind.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be in a mastermind. If you want to be successful, a mastermind is not a cost. That's the difference between a consumer and an investor. A consumer says, well, how much does it cost? You know, an investor says, how much can I value? How can I grow from this? How much can I make from it? If you're wondering how much it costs, I have an event, Summit. If you ask me do you think it's a good idea I should be in it? My first answer is nope, absolutely not. Because if you didn't see the value up front, then it's not there. And you know what? You didn't buy an event. You bought a business. You're not buying a mastermind. You're buying a business that's going to get you to the next level to succeed in your company. That's what it is. A mastermind is putting the right people in place that have experience. These aren't people that don't have experience. These are high quality driven people, and they know somebody who knows something. If they don't know it, they're surrounding themselves with. You have to be in a mastermind. It's if you want to be successful, you got to get yourself in a mastermind. If you want to be in real estate, go. If you're not in Scott's mastermind, then you know what? You might be successful, but you're not achieving what you know you should be or could be achieving. And it's not how much it costs, it's how much can you really grow from your mastermind. And if people realize that, you'd have to lock the doors because they'd be busting down your doors to get to your mastermind. It's so valuable and so important. People don't realize that. And then when they're in it, like, I didn't know it was that good. You should have charged more. Oh my God, look at this value. Holy, and it's like, but you can't, what are you going to do? You can't, because they listen to the naysayers out there. They go, yeah, you're going to spend that kind of money. If you're listening to people that are broker than you versus the people that are giving you advice that have more money than you, you got a choice. If you listen to broke people, you listen to successful people, you are going to be that person. Congratulations. Welcome to what your future looks like. You want to know what your future looks like? Look at the last 5 years of where you've been. If you want a different future, then make a decision that's going to get you surrounded with the people that are going to help you get to the next level in the next 5 years. You don't like where you've been the last 5? Surround yourself with people that are going to get you to the next, where you want the next 5.
That's such a huge, huge point, because you have to surround yourself with people. I belong to different masterminds. I attend different events. People have been asking me recently, say, Scott, why aren't you going to these other note events? I'm like, I've already been there. I've attained success that most people haven't achieved there. So looking for it, I don't need to hang out at those events. I need to go find the other events where the people that are going to push me and drive me, in turn, I can turn around and push and drive the people beneath me. Not beneath these, but beneath the value, the sales, the new people that aren't experienced. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you're not saying anything negative. I mean, you don't have a negative bone in your body. And if you say a word and people, he said that, what? Seriously, you know what his intentions are. His intentions are, all of us have been there. We've all been down at the bottom, and we're looking up thinking, how do I get to that ladder? How do I get up there? And that's what you're talking about, you know? And if you keep lowering if you practice with people that are worse than you, then you're going to lower your standards. But you have a moral obligation to continue your education so you can bring it to your mastermind. And that's what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. You have got a gift that you're giving to people. It truly is, And God bless you for that, because you're going to be rewarded in so many ways. And just like you say, the guy that says he's closing his first deal at 10 o'clock at night. Nobody wants a phone call at 10 o'clock at night unless it's from like that. Then you want a bunch of them, because you're doing the right thing on purpose. And I know you don't know how many notes you've done, but you remember the ones that tell you, hey, I did my first note. You remember those experiences. And that's what's so cool about this,
That's correct. Is you will always learn more from your first deal. It's like you learn more about your first dance or your first kiss, or in Mark's case, the first slap, Do you
remember the first kiss you and I had together? It was beautiful.
Careful there. We don't want to cause a Twitter right there. 20 years ago, you and I were making out for 20 minutes in the backseat of a car with Joe Biden.
That was the crown kissing you, Scott.
So I'm going to challenge. I'm going to throw something out here real fast. If you're listening to this on our different AM, FM radio stations, still hanging around, if you're listening to this on the podcast, do me a favor. Pull out your cell phone and shoot me a text message, 512-585-3810, 512-585-3810. Shoot me a text message and either say radio or podcast. But I'd love to spend some time with it. I'll shoot you a link over and love to jump on the phone with you for 10, 15, 20 minutes. See what you're struggling with, what you kind of goals you want to accomplish, and see if I can't or somebody I know can help you get over those humps. That's the whole goal here of the Note Closer Show. It's not the Note Talker Show. It's the Note Close. They'll go close some deals, and it's easier than most people think it is. If you surround yourself with good people, and I'm a big believer that if somebody gives you the tools and you're hungry, you'll go out and dig your hole and be able to make things happen in a good way.
That's
but
right.
if you don't, I'm not here to blow smoke up your butt or anything like that. I mean, that's part of the reason, we do what we do to help everybody.
Who came up with that term, blow smoke up your butt?
I don't know. It probably had to be at the big smoke out, though. There's probably some Indian tribal dance we don't know about from years ago in a teepee.
Blow it out your ear. What does that mean, blow it out your ear? Blow it out your ear, smoke up your butt. Really? Who thought these?
Woo! That's a little bit of a hot flash there.
Some late night HBO special or something.
Told everything about blowing smoke rings in the dark, like by Gary Allen. And this is how Mark and I get through hanging out with each other. It's a constant back and forth, cracking up.
Remember the first time I did
So for those that don't know, Mark, it was a year ago, actually, last April. Mark was going to be the keynote speaker on Note Camp 5. Saturday afternoon, and we usually, run at 5, and he's in Vegas. And fortunately for Mark and hypnotists everywhere, you don't have to understand time zones to be effective at what you're doing. So Mark comes on what he thinks is 2 hours earlier at 3 o'clock, his time, and it's actually the time he's supposed to go on. So him and I sit there talking back and forth like 15, 20. I was like, Mark, you gonna get ready? He's like, what are you talking about? I got an hour. I'm like, no, you don't. You're on right now. And everybody just, we had a couple hundred people on there like, just cracking up.
And Scott, I mean, normally I'd come down and just test it. I wouldn't have a shirt on. And I do these crazy, and it's like, I'm not live.
I'm like, yes, you are. Luckily, you were wearing some clothes. But I'll tell you this, you're not the, we did have a speaker come on that didn't have a shirt on. He walked into his house with no shirt on. Pants were unbuttoned. I'm like, you got to put some clothes on, buddy.
Yeah, Al Bundy.
Not quite Al Bundy, but pretty close. Anyway. Oh, good stuff. So you are headed to Europe with Kiyosaki and Rich Dad, Poor Dad. How long are you going to be over in Europe for? And
3 weeks. We hit London, Poland, Romania, back to London, Paris, London.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a quick trip. It's a long trip, but we're focused. We're laser focused. I've been wanting to get over there for a long time, and talk about relationships, surrounding myself with the right people that are helping me out, and now we're growing, and I think we're gonna come back in August 16th, 17th. We're gonna do our total transformation again. So looking forward to
let's talk about that. What are those dates again? And
it's going to be August 16th, 17th, and 18th.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the hotel right now. I've got, depending on the size of how many people are going to be there and all that,
Is that going to be in Orlando or Vegas, or where at?
It'll probably be in Vegas. We're leaning towards Vegas now. It doesn't mean we're locked in there, but we're 80% sure. We're just negotiating final things with the hotel. And we always make sure there's what other events are going on in Vegas, so hotels aren't $300 a night, Very cautious about that.
Yeah, exactly. So, and the best way for them to get a hold, find more information, what's the website for them to go to find more about you, Mark? It's
successcombination.com, and we're redoing everything, but successcombination.com. It's really my first last name, but I don't even know how to spell my last name. So we just go with successcombination.com, and it links right to it.
That's good stuff. Or check out Mark Yuzuik out there. Everybody, great event, August 16th, 17th, and 18th in Las Vegas. Finalizing the hotel. So when you're listening to this, hey, mention that you heard it on there, and maybe Mark will hook you up with a little bit of a discount or something like that too.
Absolutely. Say Scott, happy birthday, Scott, and you'll get a discount. You know what, Scott? I'll tell you what. If they go to successcombination.com and they see any product they want on that, if they want any of it, if they send me an email, there'll be a link there and say, happy birthday, Scott. I'll give them 50% off of anything.
Wow. That was really nice and not planned. That's phenomenal. You heard it here, guys.
But they have to say happy birthday, Scott.
Happy birthday, Scott. Yes. My gift to you on my birthday. Successcombination.com, keyword happy birthday, Scott. Good stuff, Mark. Well, hey, bud, I want to say thank you for coming on here and hanging out. You've got a podcast that's coming out. You're already filming for it. Should be released shortly. What's the name of the podcast again?
Yeah, we're getting ready. We're getting ready to do some podcasting right now, and we are going to just kind of rock it. And I love it because it's going to be content, and it's Get Your Mindset is the name of the podcast. Get Your Mindset.
Awesome.
So, get your mindset. That's the way it is.
There you go. Well, go out, check it out on iTunes, Stitcher, and all those platforms out there. You're going to love it. I know some of the guests that Mark's going to have on his first round. Great stuff. It's part of the reason we want to have him on here today as well, too. So thanks so much. Give our best to your lovely wife. All right.
Your lovely wife, your girl there.
We'll do. Steph sends her love. All right, brother. We'll see you later, Mark.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks, bud. You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys and gals, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Note Closers Show. Check it out. Go to Total Transformation, or no, Success Combination. And check out Mark there, like he said, August 16th, 17th, and 18th for his next Total Transformation 3-day event. Life-changing, great stuff. Definitely can have a major impact. And we got to thank Gail Villanueva and Jerry Briggs and a few others that have gone. Just absolutely love what Mark had to do and really kind of change their life for the better. So have a great day. Go out, make something happen. Everybody, take action. You learn more from those first few steps than you will from any book or CD or workshop. But take the action, take the step. Shoot me a text message, as I mentioned before, and we look forward to seeing you at the top, everybody. Bye.